It's time to prepare my bike for the new season, and I'm really excited to show you what accessories I will mount today on my bike. This season I'm planning to make more off-roads. This is my purpose. I would like to train myself. I would like to give it a try and train and upgrade my skills off-road and try to know this bike, to know its behavior off-road. Therefore, my accessories upgrades that I will mount today, hopefully they will help me achieve better off-road performance. Of course, there is no better place to install my upgrades than in Honda service by ASCO Group. My friend Alami will help me. I look forward to install the new parts. Alright guys, these are the parts which I'm gonna install today. Let's start with the ultra heavy duty tubes from Michelin. We have front and rear. These are the special motocross enduro tubes which I'm gonna install. I promise you before that I'm gonna change and have on my bike this kind of tubes to protect against flat. I've purchased the Acerbis Handguards, the Acerbis Handguards Endurance X. These are the Acerbis with everything which we need to mount. I'm gonna install these tubes in order to reduce the flat chances on my bike, because my bike doesn't have tubeless tires, and I prefer to somehow prevent having a flat. Also the Acerbis, I'm quite happy with the quality. I first searched for Blockbusters. They were not available in my country. I didn't want it to wait. To be honest, Acerbis was the first option for handguards. I was able to sell my original plastic handguard from Honda. They went to Thomas from Germany. Thank you, Thomas, for purchasing my OEM plastic handguards, and I put the difference, some extra cash, and buy this Acerbis from the website, from the Acerbis website. I get a 10% discount for the first order. These are the installation instructions for the Acerbis handguards. These tubes are not coming alone, because the most important upgrade which I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna replace the tires. Yes indeed, because I'm planning to train myself, to upgrade my skills off-road, and I'm planning to do more off-road in the next months. I'm choosing the Mitas Enduro Trail XT Plus tires, the Dakar version, and I look forward to mount this, and in combination with the ultra heavy duty tubes, ultra heavy duty compound from these tires, basically the flat options, or the flat chances on my bike are close to zero, in my opinion. They're not zero, but the chances to make a flat in this combination with the tubes, ultra heavy tubes, and ultra heavy compound from this Mitas, they're quite low. The tire is looking awesome, I have to say. I look forward to see it mounted on my bike. So for the rear we have 150/70, but considering the thickness of 4 millimeters, we can easily use 140/80 for the rear tube. This is very heavy, man. And for the front we have the perfect size 90/90/21 off-road tubes. So hopefully in this combination of tubes and tires, the flat chances will be close to zero. And the last upgrade, because I had the chance to make this option, I'm gonna install the heated grips for my bike. So heated grips, inner tubes, off-road, new tires, and new handguards from Acerbis. These are the tubes. They are very heavy, man. I remember carrying them on my cargo bag in my last trip. They were quite heavy, so what I will do, it's because I will have these ones mounted on my wheels on my bike, I will carry with me spare tubes, but definitely I'm not gonna carry with me ultra heavy duty tubes as a backup. So I'm gonna have with me normal tubes, or the tubes which are now on the tire, and I'm gonna keep this mounted on the bike, and these tubes will be a spare one. I purchased also this rim shield from Motion Pro. They were quite expensive, about 25 euros, but hopefully they will protect the rim. Check out this tube, man. It's so heavy. I think it's at least 2.5 kilos, something like that. We'll start with the heated grips. We're gonna install it. We have here the heated grips from the Transalp, the OM. Basically, these are new grips, the same with the cables and connectors and zip ties. A lot of zip ties, which we're gonna use to tie them up. There is a special technique to take out professionally nice technique with the air pressure. Now we need to remove the right grip. We've removed the mirror and the oil recipient and everything which is on the handlebar to make space, not only for the heated grips but for the handguards. Take off also the connectors. We need to remove 4 more bolts, which are keeping the rest of the ignition console in place. And that one was easy. It's easy when you're professional and when you know what you're doing.
Let's see. Something more.
And this is the heated grip. The right side. This heated grip will be very useful, especially in the cold mornings, or if you're riding during autumn or even winter. The mornings are quite cold, quite chilly, and the heated grips are making a huge difference. Consola a rămas în aceeași poziție. We've left the console in the same position, in the same initial position. When we compare the two grips, they are slightly different. I think the heated ones, they seem a little bit smaller, if you ask me. Maybe it's just my impression. And the design, the pattern, it's also different. You may want to check it out. The stripes are different. This is it for the right side. We still need to make some room for the cable. The last piece of the puzzle regarding the right side is the mirror and the oil recipient. We need to put everything back. This additional bracket will guide the cable. This is the bracket, and the cable will be guided through this bracket. What is very nice is that Honda already calculated the necessary distance for this cable, and this clamp which enters in the bracket, it's already measured. The position of the clamp, it's already measured, and offers perfect function space, or its perfect functionality. And the length, it's pre-adjusted by Honda.
Yeah.
Now we put the connections back, the underneath connections. The cable has two more guidance, and also the end connector. Before we even start with mounting these tires, let me tell you something about this Mitas Trail XT Plus Dakar version. The reason why I've chosen these tires, it's very simple. I'm planning to make more than 80% off-roads in the next weeks, in the next months. Hopefully I will somehow protect them until I reach the off-road, because the rear, it's quite hard. Not as hard as you might think, considering the heavy duty compound, but it has some softness, the rear. But the front, the knobbies are very soft. The tire, it's much softer than the rear. The rear, it's like a run flat. Actually, it's very tough, but the front, it's much softer. These tires are made in India. They say engineered in Europe, made in India. Let's check out the dot. It's 4223, which is week 42 2023. This is the rear, and the front, it's week 42 2023. Let's check out the weight. The weight is pretty decent for the front side, but in combination with the inner tube, with the front inner tube, the weight will increase significantly. Let's check out the rear. The rear, it's heavier, definitely, but not as heavy as I would have expected. But again, when you put it in combo with the inner tubes, then the weight will be quite impressive. Now I can imagine how my bike will look with these tires mounted. I think will be a total different visual for this bike with this type of tires. One of the most aggressive pattern, 80% off-road, 20% on-road tires. And check out the front. Hopefully there will be space on this area. We need to check it out and see how much space do we have. And to be honest, I'm a little bit concerned regarding the space of the front fender when it comes to this tire size. So we actually need to check it out and see what we can do about it. You have an indicator for each bar for the left and right position. We've arranged the bolts accordingly. So these parts have these bolts, and the rest we're gonna mount now. We had to make some space through the cables. We're gonna install some protection for the handlebar in order not to be scratched. We first secure the brackets from the handlebar, and after that comes the spacer, and this is it, guys. You have also an adjustment opportunity here, left and right. We recommend putting some Loctite here to the bolts which are tightening up the plastics, because there are plenty of vibrations in the handlebar, and you don't want to lose the plastics. We're working simultaneously on changing the tires and mounting the handguards with my friend Alami. Hi there, man. Thanks for helping. And of course we're gonna keep the calipers protected with this elastic.
It's important that the calipers don't stay on their own weight.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to tie them securely here. Okay.
Yes.
Ia vezi, e destul de restantă.
Și asta doar le slăbești.
Yes. We just lose the left one.
Se scoate.
Da. The axle, it's out.
Să dau rotorul.
Da.
Pit stop se numește.
Pit stop, yes. Couple of not even 2 minutes.
Că să-ți dau și spatele.
Da.
Eu nu...
It's time for the rear wheel.
It's important to protect the swing arm.
Yes, protect the swing arm with a
towel or something, because you are taking out the chain.
Okay, and you want to, you don't want to scratch the swing arm.
Yes. So this is the chain. You put it at the towel.
Yes.
And it's protected.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can take.
And now easily can take out the wheel. Yeah.
It took me like 30 seconds.
Yes. And the wheel is out very fast, actually. So if you believe it or not, this this plastic has a special place for the end of the lever. So as you can see, this is the correct position. Please write in the comment section if you thought that the brake lever should be at the middle of this bar, of this handlebar. But this is it. This is the correct position, and you can check out that the writing is straight, and when the writing is straight, the mounting is perfect. So this is the correct position. Now we are at the left lever. We're placing the heated grips first. These bolts are not necessary to place it. These are for another handlebar, or in case you don't have the original inside of the handlebar, so we kept the original one, and this one we don't need.
Bine, vorbim, da? Ok. Bine, perfect. Poți să spui.
Asta, dar nu
Gata.
E mai curios decât noi.
Să știi că e ăsta desenul, sus, desenul sus, vezi?
To be sure that the grip is perfectly aligned, the pattern should be similar, or should be in mirror
aligned.
aligned, yes, mirror aligned left and right. You can check out the pattern on both sides and then you can decide if it's the right positioning. The cables will pass through the console, through the original console, and then the heated grips need to be initialized in the system, in the computer.
Trag alea două, urmă să-i fac cauciucul. Și nu mai mișcăm acum. Pleacă ăștia și o să ne chinuim la roți. Îl bag dacă
The washer, the bolt and the end of the grip. We're gonna keep the original one because the end looks much better and I think it's less exposed to damage. You can check it out. It looks much nicer on black than on silver. The nice thing about these handguards is the fact that when you tie them up completely, they just align perfectly as they should be. The same happened with the right one. We're gonna check out the left one to see how it will be aligned automatically when you tied it up. A very quality made handguards, and they're really made perfectly to fit here. It's about millimeters.
Să-i faci nivelul încă o dată. O pornești și faci nivelul.
Asta se mișcă stânga-dreapta aici, știi?
Da, pe întâi strâng
oricum
asta.
trebuie strânsă,
Fii atent,
da.
când strângi asta, fii atent cum ți-o ridică el.
Da. So we managed to align a little bit also the lever, and we have space even between the bracket and this bolt, which keeps the oil recipient in place. So you need to make space. You have a possibility to mount it perfectly with no issues, but you need to take few millimeters from left, few millimeters from right, and everything will be aligned perfectly. The same in the left side. Here we have more space. We just put some protective rubber here to protect the handlebar, and there is plenty of space with the bracket and the cables. And also there is space, as you can see here on the left side, plenty of space. And check it out. It's perfectly straight now. Now the most difficult part will be to connect this cable and to make some space to the connection, and we have to take out the fenders. As a suggestion for a service, as you can see, the handlebar from Transalp has 28 millimeters here, and it's getting lower and lower here, 22 millimeters and lower. Therefore, we've made it, but there is no chance we could have used the provided spacers, the provided brackets. These ones we could not use them on our progressive size handlebar from the Transalp. Let's move a little bit to the tires. I found someone to buy these tires, thankfully. They have barely 6,000 kilometers, plenty of rubber on it. We're using some mounting powder to reduce the friction between the tire and the inner tube. So this powder, it's especially for reducing the friction, and in case you have too much friction, you can risk to damage the inner tube, and of course you're gonna make a flat, that's for sure. So use as much powder as you can. But how much, Marius? How much powder? How much is necessary? Huh? You can make an idea about the amount of powder which need to be inserted inside. Să ne mai rămână și pentru față.
Frate, e puțin aici. Ce am dat puțin.
Ah, ok, bun.
Păi să zic povestea?
Take your time, because this may seem like a simple operation, but it's very important, and will actually, and it can save a lot of time afterwards and keep you away from trouble. Same we're gonna do for the front tire. Take your time. Simple procedures, but quite important.
Exact, dar asta e o protecție mernicii ăsta. Și spun care e povestea. Trebuie să scoatem prima dată partea asta și după aia camera. Și e mai complicat un pic asta.
Da, eu am văzut doar la auto și la scooter.
Da? Cum zici?
Da. Uite că și asta a avut dată pe ea, vezi?
Pe toate sunt. Crede-mă.
Da,
Ce facem?
da, frate. I'm gonna keep it, it looks very good. It's also a heavy duty, not ultra heavy duty, it's a heavy duty camera. And I'm gonna keep it. And it's time to take out completely the old tire. Need to check the rotation way.
E pe stânga avem, ăla, uite.
Și aici ne zice aici, nu? A, nici acolo, da, ok.
Pe geanta, da. Ok.
We're placing the ultra heavy duty inner tube.
E grasă asta, dar în interior. Da, bine, îi fac și așa aici.
This is the...
Vezi, e mai fină, intră.
Da.
O să o las așa. Să stea în partea de jos, cât o bag eu pe asta.
Da.
De asta de pe coamă, ea să alunece, să se așeze.
Da.
Știi că ea nu poate să așeze bine după aia.
Da.
Facem prea bine, trebuie, frate.
Da, frate. Nu foarte mult.
Nu, e și eu ca aia.
Este, da, este
e
ceva...
groasă în draci.
Da.
Foarte groasă.
4 mm are.
E de aia nesimțită.
Taking the valve out through the rim, it's really a pain, I must say. This is like a run flat tire for motorcycle. Wow. We have the rear wheel done. It's done properly. Check out the valve, perfectly straight. It was straight also when the wheel was not inflated. So and anyway the inner tube and everything will be aligned much better after a ride. You can also take out the caliper. I think it's more recommended. There is only one bolt. Take out the caliper and then you can make easily more space. Now the axle.
A intrat?
Da, iese acum. Și acum trebuie ăsta.
Uite, întotdeauna ești atent.
Gata, a ieșit.
Așa, fii atent. Eu te las aici, mă duc dincolo, cu 95. Parcă. Cum știi tu? Vezi lanțul?
The rear it's on. We still need to make a chain adjustment and we're moving back to the front wheel now. Back to the front wheel. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier. This tire, although it's a ultra heavy duty compound, it's a little bit softer than the rear. When it comes to the tube tires, everything gets more difficult, that's for sure. Starting from replacing the tire, starting from replacing the inner tube, and this is a fact.
Mâine vii doar pentru alea și gata.
95 astăzi.
Da.
Bravo, e bine. Hai de mâna spate.
E nesimțit rău.
Da. La cât e de groasă, alea subțirele mai...
Se poate măcina și asta groasă.
Se măcină și asta, de aia se pune la fugetă.
Did I mention this is not easy? Alright, each tire has its pros and cons. The cons of this tire is of course the mounting, the difficulty of mounting. Perhaps it needs more time, but it's a matter of benefits. What benefits do you have after you have this type of tire? It's also a matter of playing with the air inside the tube, and make space inside the tire with the slightly inflated inner tube. We're using also the rim shield. Cred că invers trebuie sau? In my opinion, it's almost impossible to change this tire by yourself in a field, in case you have a flat. But the chances to make a flat with this tire and this inner tube, it's almost 0.0001.
Să-i faci presiunea la
And now the moment of truth.
La pana european când te duci trebuie să fii ca lumea.
Let's check it out. If it touches the fender, it's at its limit, but the wheel is spinning. But so less space here. All right, we've mounted the wheels, we've mounted the tires, and check it out, man. I'm very glad that it fits. The front tire fits through the fender, but still I will find a solution to rise up the front fender. There are some brackets which can be used, and they might fit also from the Africa Twin, the fender risers. We have to put it. Let's put back the front wheel. It was really a struggle to install this Dakar tire from Metas. It's really a struggle, and it will be a struggle also taking it off when it will be finished. So what we have to do now is to connect all these cables. Just keep in mind that when you're riding on the asphalt, hard braking or even hard accelerating could severely damage or could damage the knobbies. This is for sure. So extra care will be needed in order to protect these knobbies, especially on hard braking to the front wheel, but also for the rear. Now we're taking out the fenders, both left and right. Aculisada. One clamp here, one clamp here. We wanted to take out the fender without taking out the crash bar. We need to lose the crash bars in order to take out the... Da? So these are the plugs. It has its own way. It has its own way here. Care este de care din ele este? So we were not so lucky to have both grips on the left side. One is on the left, one is on the left, one is on the right side. So this one should be on the right side. So here's the cable, just to make an idea of the way of its path. Of this plastic here has a path already designed. On the right side, let's find the plug. It's here. Yeah. So you open, and the one with the green, cel cu verde se scoate. You take out the dummy connection. The one with the green, it's a dummy connection. You take it out, and this is it. This is the insert. Cum se numește asta? Cum se numește asta? This is the service plug. And now let's initialize the grips. Service, equipment, grip heater, and then we switch it to on. Sus jos. Yes. And this is it. We still have the fog lights remaining. Now we have the quick shifter and the headed grips. And to access the actual function, you press the FN button one time, odată?
Da.
You press one time, and here you have the headed grips, and you can adjust their strength. We leave it to the maximum. We leave it to the maximum to check them out if they are working. So heated grips, they are to the max, and they just started. They started a little bit. Okay, the left one it started quite good. Let's see the right one. Also the right one. Now we figured out why one it's heating up faster, why it's heating up slower. Is because of their size and their thickness. So yeah, they started wow, but eventually they will reach up the same temperature. And what we can see on the dashboard, we see what we've chosen, what power we've chosen, and you see the heated grip sign on the upper side of the dashboard. We are almost at the end of this procedure, and the final touch, it's taking place right now. On the inside, the cable, it's put it together with the other ones along the other cables. And here, what's left, we've managed to put them inside this plastic holder. I like this. I like this one, this protective plastic with some hardness inside, metal hardness inside. They are keeping away the cables, and they are protecting also the petrol tank. Da. Deci practic aici sus se începe partea asta. You start first with the front side. Push it a little bit, then comes here the bottom, and then the front side.
A doua aici. Vezi?
Ok.
Asta nu a intrat bine. Când a intrat asta,
Now the final touch, it's putting back the crash bars.